Hello, this is Adolf. Welcome to the video lecture series on the course of building construction. This is the lecture number 13 and the part number 3 and the final part in the topic window. So in this video lecture, we are going to see what are the different fixtures and fastenings are used for doors and windows. First, we'll start with the hinges. So, what are the different hinges that will be used for doors and windows? The first type is back flap hinge. This is how it will look like. So, most common hinge it is. So, it will be used when the shutters of the windows or doors are really thin. If it is a very thin, we will use this back flap hinges. It is fixed to the back side of the shutter and the frames we will use. Second one is butt hinge. So it will look like this, butt hinges. So this is the most commonly used hinge in the field of construction. So this is used for fixing doors and window shutter to the frame. So to the window frame or door frame, we can use this to fix the shutters, door shutters or window shutters to it. So most common used hinges, butt hinge you can see in any doors or windows. You can see this in nowadays. We can see this. Next one is counter flap hinge. So it is same like as the butt hinge, but it is little different. So these have two leaves can fold back to back. So it can be two. This is one leaf and this one also another leaf. Two leaves. It can be fold back to same place. We can be fold back. There are three distant parts with the two centers will be there in this counter flap hinge. Fourth one is garnet hinge. This garnet hinge is also called as T shutter. So it is look like a T. So it is look like a T. So it will called as a T shutter. It have two arm. One is long arm. This one is long arm and this one is short arm. So this long arm are screwed to the shutter and this long arm will be screwed to the door or window shutter and the short arm are screwed to the door. So mostly this will used in ledged and braced doors we will use. So nowadays we are not using the ledged or braced door. So nowadays we are not using this hornet hinge also. Fifth type is parliamentary hinge. So the parliamentary hinge will look like this, like double T, double T or a single I section it will look like. So this will permit the door to rest parallel to the wall. So this is one wall. So if you are opening your door, if you are opening, so it will very close to the wall, so it will accept another one wall. So when we will use this parliamentary hinge is when the opening of the door is very narrow and you have to keep opening free from any obstructions. So one is if it is your opening is narrow, second is if you keep your opening from free from any obstruction, then we will go for this parliamentary hinge. Sixth type is pin hinge. So this is used for heavy door shutter. For a heavy door, we will go for pin hinge. For a heavy door, we will go for pin hinge. So there will be a three parts. One, this first part, second, and we will have a third part. The third part is the pin. So it is the center pin which can be removed, and this is one leaf, another leaf of the hinges. So this center pin we can remove and the two leaves of the hinge can be fixed separately to frame and shutter of the door. So we can remove it, these two we can remove and we can separately fix it to the door and the window, we can fix it. Seventh is rising butt hinge. So this is the rising butt hinge. So when we will use this rising butt hinge means if you want to raise the door by about 10 mm when being opened, so when closing it will be same position, but if you are opening it, it will be increased by 10 mm. So that area we will go for the rising butt hinges. So when we will use this rising butt hinges is the room, what type of room is, so if your rooms are having carpets, floor carpets, then we will go for the rising hinge butt, because the carpet will stuck in the door at the bottom, so we don't need that. So we will rise the door, that time we will use for rising butt hinge. And mostly if we use in place of ordinary butt hinge also, we will use this rising butt hinge. Eighth one is strap hinge. So this strap hinge is used for heavy doors. So if you are having a very heavy doors, we will go for the strap hinge. The strap hinge is a substitute for the garnet or T hinge. So the function will be same. So if the market you are not getting the T hinge or garnet hinge, then we will go for the strap hinge. So these are the types of hinges. So first one is back flap hinge, second is butt hinge, third is counter flap hinge, fourth is garnet hinge or T hinge, fifth is parliamentary hinge, sixth is pin hinge, seventh is rising butt hinge, eighth is strap hinge. Next we go for the bolts. So what are the bolts that will be used in door and window? So bolt here is the lock where we will lock the door, that part lock is different, bolt is different. Bolt is where we will use, this is the bolt. So first type is all drop bolt. So this is the all drop bolt. So this all drop bolt fixed in exterior door where padlocks are to be used. So if you want the padlock, we will use this in the exterior door, we will use this all drop bolt. Second one is barrel bolt. See, we will see this barrel bolt in many areas. In windows or doors, we will use this one. So this used for fixing the back faces of the door. So once you are closing the door, and we will use the barrel bolt to close from the inside. So that is the barrel bolt. So the socket is fixed in the door frame, while plate is screwed inside of the shutter. We will, so one it will be in the shutter, one will be in the door frame. So we can easily close it. So this type is called barrel bolt. Third one is esplanade bolt. So this is how it will be look like. So used for securing high doors and casement windows, we will use this type of bolt. So if any important doors, high doors, we will use this one, or the casement windows, we will use this one. Fourth type is flush bolt. So this is how the flush bolt or here in the door. So this will be provided at the bottom of the door, and it is used when it is desired to keep the bolt flush when the face of the door. So if it will be placed in the face of the door to keep the door in one position, we will use this flush bolt. While opening, it should be in one position. Due to the wind and all, the door should not move. So that time we will use this flush bolt. Fifth is asp and staple bolt. So this part is staple, this part is asp. So we can see this in very old buildings, the old doors we can see this. Mostly this type of bolt will be used in laced and batten doors we will use. This is used for the external doors only we will use. The staple will be fixed in door frames, whereas asp will be fixed in shutter. So once the shutter is going to close, this part will be go into the staple, and we will put the padlock on it. Sixth is latch. So this is a latch. So if you move this side, you will unlock it. If you move this side, you will lock it. So this latch will be made up of iron or bronze. So one lever is pivoted at one end, so which can be actuated by triggering pass through the shutter. So this is the lever. So if you trigger it, it will pass through the shutter, or it will go to the pass through the shutter and it will retract to the shutter. This lever is secured in staple, and this latch will be fixed inside face of the door only. We will provide it the latch, not outside door. We will provide it in the inside door, inside face of the door only. We will provide. Next one is locks. So there are different types of locks. Cupboard locks. This is the cupboard locks. So mostly it will be used in the cupboards. So use the secure doors of minor importance. We will provide this cupboard locks. Second is hook and eye. This is how hook and eye. Mostly everyone say this in the window. So use to keep window in an open position. We will use this hook and eye. Third is a rim lock. This is the rim lock. So these type of lock. So key will be inserted here. So if you rotate the key to unlock it, this lock segment will go inside it. And you can move the door. So this will be used for thin doors, not for thick doors. If it is door size is thin, we will go for the rim lock. Fourth one is padlock. This padlock is a very old method. Now it is in very new technology, new models are there in padlocks. The figure shows a very old type of padlock. So this padlocks is used for securing the doors when Aldrup's bolts or Aspen staple bolts are employed. So this will be given in the exterior door. We will provide to secure it. Fifth one is peg stay. So this peg stay will be used in windows only. So used for steel windows, we will go for peg stay. So that the width of the opening can be adjusted by holes. These are the holes provided so that how much the opening should be you needed, you can adjust it by putting the hole in the stand. So this is the peg stay. Next is handles. What are the different types of handles that we are having? First one is bow handle. So why we are saying it is bow? It is in the shape of bow to facilitate the opening of door. Second is lever handle. So this is the lever mechanism will be there. So it will works with the layer and the door closes automatically when the handle is released. So if you release the handle, the door knob, it will be automatically closed. Third one is wardrobe handle. So in the wardrobe, in the dressing closet, we will use this handle. So for better appearance only, we will use this one. So in this video, we saw the types of hinges and the bolts. Bolts we saw, and locks we saw, and handles. These are the different types of fixtures and fasteners are used in the uh, door and windows. Thank you.